What's up, you guys? Hey, it's Kevin out here, Pedal PT, Portland, Oregon. I know it's been a while. Sorry it's taken me so long to get more videos out. We've just been so darn busy at the clinic. I think when you're treating bicyclists and it's May, any office is gonna be packed. So my apologies for not getting back on here sooner to answer some questions for you. I had a good one that I answered this morning to someone. Someone had posted a comment about inner thigh soreness after about 30 minutes of riding, kind of those inner thigh, kind of right in that groin, medial, kind of knee, medial thigh area. And they had mentioned, I've tried different saddles, I've tried different angles, fore and aft. I've got good bib shorts. So kind of wanted to get on here and just talk a little bit about inner thigh soreness, especially if it's both sided. Generally speaking, inner thigh soreness is not caused by generally what kind of bibs you have, generally what kind of saddle you have, nose up, nose down, fore and aft. Those might all play a part in the global scheme of bike fit. But when we tend to get someone that has medial abductor of the thigh pain, so like I said, if we were to kind of look at this and kind of more like inner part of thigh, that kind of area on both sides, when we're riding, generally speaking, that means that when we're pedaling, if we were to look at you from the front, we generally want everybody, knees, hips, feet all looking pretty straight up and down like that. Oftentimes when we tend to get medial thigh or inner thigh pain, sometimes instead of going vertical like this, we start kind of coming out like that. Our knees will buckle out at the top of the pedal stroke. And generally that can be kind of caused from a couple reasons. One of which is kind of hip tightness. If your hip is tight at the top of that pedal stroke, the ability to bring your knee to the top, sometimes the knee will come out to the side if you're a little tight in your hips, which also then leads to the other concept of sometimes if your saddle is too low. Saddle's too low, you're gonna kind of do that V pedaling like that. The other alternative is sometimes if you are clipped in your saddle or your width of stance is too narrow. So if your feet are too narrow, your hips are gonna go out to the side or knees are gonna go out in this kind of pattern, almost like a V. As well. So sometimes that can be the issue. Sometimes even people with larger abdominal girth, they get flexed over that road bike. The belly is kind of in the way, so the knees kind of have to chop out to the side like that. All of those will tend to put a little bit more stress on those adductor muscles of your hips. And with that said, that can then start causing that soreness pretty quickly depending on how long you're riding. So the way to kind of remedy that sometimes is widen out your width of stance, sometimes raise your saddle up a little bit. If you go too high though, then you're gonna start rocking in your hips, so you gotta be careful with that. So sometimes checking with a good bike fitter can kind of help get you oriented as well. So give those tricks a try, but medial thigh pain, very, very common, but more so related to somebody's saddle being too low, hip tightness, kind of more that V pattern, or sometimes if your cleats are really heel in, that V pattern sometimes will cause some of that soreness, especially if it's both sided. If it's just one side, sometimes you'll just be tight just kind of on that side of the hip. That cleat might need to be adjusted or width of stance needs to be adjusted. So give that a try. Again, sorry for taking so long to get on here to answer questions, guys, but it is your questions that keep this channel alive. So if you haven't yet and you've made it this far, please click like and subscribe. Every little bit helps. Otherwise, keep those questions coming, and I'll see you guys next time. I'll try to be more consistent with these, these replies, and otherwise, have a great day, guys. Cheers.